Jay here for Stretford, Paddock, and after a Manchester United defeat, there's only one man I want to speak to, and that is Mr. Andrew Tate, the only Andrew Tate that matters. Andy, you've just come from a soaked Old Trafford. Speak to me, bro. Just sum up your thoughts on what can only be, well, what I've described as a disgraceful performance. Just give me your feelings on it.
I am absolutely drenched. I am saturated. I am sick of this rigmarole. One step forward, two steps back. What a week it's been, man. Thought we'd turn the corner with Burnley, Crystal Palace. Tupac's murderer actually caught at last. And in the words of his famous song, some things will never change with this club and this team. Nothing has changed. The mentality of these players absolutely stinks. It stinks, Jay.
It does. Sorry, I don't mean to smile. I wasn't expecting Tupac lyrics to come into this discussion, but
well, I could go more. I could go more, mate, but I won't.
I think the video is stronger for him, to be fair to you. We sat here on Tuesday and you were talking to me and you were saying, look, these players tonight, okay, Crystal Palace have played a weak inside, but these players have done well. I'd stick with them. The manager didn't share your view. Hannibal came out. Garnacho didn't start. It was a different team. Martial obviously didn't start. So we saw Bruno come back. We saw Højlund start. We saw Marcus Rashford start. Wasn't a good performance though, was it? By some of your bigger players. And I know Casemiro's played a lot recently, but I'd also put Casemiro in there as well. Some of the bigger players today, for me, just let themselves down and let the club down.
Yeah, I do think what God-given right, the you Rashford, the you Bruno, and some of the other players have a right to start a match when you've absolutely been stinking the place out for the last few games. Your professional mental attitude is absolutely on the floor. You're not committed, and I'm sick of it. And I'm sick. I mean, the crowd they were booed off at the end,
were they?
And quite rightly. Like you say, they come over, try to applaud, and I don't want to know. They were getting a lot of V signs. I give them the V signs from my stand in Jay's stand, and they say like you will get the fans who applaud him, but you know what I mean. They're cheating in the fans. Absolutely, all the fans absolutely soaking, going home, absolutely drenched, angry, and they got some heat at the Stretford end of the tunnel as well. Unacceptable. And any positivity, like I say, from Tuesday as well, just washed away in the Manchester rain. Their attitude from start to finish, absolutely shocking. And I don't want to hear it. Just go away and think about what's been done today. It was a chance to like carry on, grind out and work together. It's about working together and grinding out, backing a manager. You are letting this manager down. His players and the players from the previous regime, you are not fit, some of you, to wear the shirt sometimes. And you just go and you moan. Bruno moaning again at the referee today. The closest we come, I think we skipped the bar with Amrabat.
Yeah, I was watching it and I was here, and I think I missed what happened. I didn't quite see it, but I heard the commentator saying that. You've mentioned there the manager. You know better than anyone. You've been going for decades. Managers that lose football matches at Manchester United, unless you're Sir Alex Ferguson, even he was under pressure at one point, they lose the job eventually. Are you worried about Erik Ten Hag's future at this club? Because we've lost 5 games already and we're still in September. Right, do you think he's under pressure?
Well, anyone's under pressure. I remember a famous game in 1989 against Crystal Palace. Old Trafford, Fergie out, the banner came out on the Stretford end. I was 15 years old. I was shouting Fergie out with my dad. We lost 2-1 to Crystal Palace after we took the lead. Russell Badesmore.
Yeah.
It was his birthday this week as well. Happy birthday, Russie, as well. And I was there. And this is just, like I say, the players letting you down, the heat. Any manager is under pressure, but what's it going to solve, sacking a manager?
I agree. I would stick with Erik Ten Hag. Do you worry for his future? Because you've always backed him and you still back him.
I'm still backing him.
Do you think that he could be in a bit of trouble now, or do you think he'll be all right?
I think he'll be all right.
Okay.
But it's the players, like you say, you will get, like you say, I love Stephen Howson going in on Gabriel Bonlatosa this week. I loved it. You know what I mean?
And I think that's his official name, actually, his real name.
Yeah, Bonlatosa. Yeah, he should get that on his bio, really, shouldn't he? But yeah, like you say, the media's going to go in on him, but it's the players, the professionalism, the work ethic absolutely stinks, Jay. I'm sick to the back teeth for this team. Just like Brentford again last season. You win a couple of games. I remember, like I say, after we lost to Brentford, we won 4 on the spin. Then we got smashed by Man City. We got Brentford. Then we got Galatasaray. Then we got Sheffield United. And in between now, Newcastle, Copenhagen, we've got Man City on the horizon. Now, even though City lost today, that's our level. We are celebrating a Man City defeat.
I can't even, do you know what, Andy? I can't even celebrate it because...
You know what I mean? But there's United fans out there online loving it. Man City got beat. Seriously, the mentality of this club is on the floor. The players' mentality is on the floor. And I say, Marcus Rashford, Bruno, you have no God-given right to start in that 11.
What
you
do you
have
do?
Nothing.
I mean, I think you're right. I don't think any player's got a God-given right to start for Manchester United. What do you do now if you're Ten Hag? What do you think he does? Does he change it? Does he say to the players, remember the old saying, you got us into this mess, you get us out of it? Or does he ring the changes?
No, I ring the changes again. Rashford, you can take a vacation because I don't want you in this Champions League squad for Tuesday. Bruno, you seriously need to up your game. Otherwise, you can sit on the bench and rot. Go and play FIFA with Jadon Sancho. I'm not having it.
Okay.
Not having it. You want to believe you're a big player, Rashford? Go and play FIFA with Sancho at 3 a.m. Because I'm done with some of these players now. I'm done. They big themselves up with these big contracts. Bruno's got his contracts. Rashford's got his contracts. His big statement with his family behind him. I want to win trophies. Yeah, it's all up here, mate. It's all up here. I'm sorry, man. I know he's your man, and I know last season I apologised at the Carabao Cup final, but since we played that game, he has stuttered. He stunk the place out in the FA Cup final, and he's like, I'm clapping. Oh, cry me a fucking river. And it was actually a full-blown river today, a rain in Manchester. Everything was washed away. Team performance, work ethic, commitment, everything with his team washed away into the Manchester drain. And Man United's drainage system can't handle anything anyway at Old Trafford. Absolute joke of a performance.
I think this reaction on it has had everything. We've had 2 pot lyrics. We've had the Manchester drainage system. We've had the lot. Andy, you always cheer me up. Even I know you're hurting, bro, and I feel it. Will Ten Hag fix this? Do you have faith in this manager to fix this?
Well, if we want to ride to the west side, as Tupac would say, you got to stick with him.
Yeah.
You stick with him. You know what? I'm sick of this team. I'm sick of these players. The mentality. You know what I mean? You don't want to play for United. That's fine. I can accept that. But, you know what I mean? Just openly admit it. You're not good enough for the team.
If they're not good enough for the team, the manager has to drop them, doesn't he?
Yeah.
If they're not.
He
does. You can't... Players aren't going to... I don't... Listen, I get... Players aren't... Let's be realistic. They're not going to come out and say, I ain't good enough, I don't want to be here. He's got to say to them, you ain't good enough, you don't want to be here, or you're not good enough. He's got to make tough decisions on it.
Anthony coming back as well. Put him in a squad for Tuesday. Bit of urgency. Put that team out against Crystal Palace, against Gothenburg. Use that team again.
Do you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing someone like Hannibal come back into this team. I think we missed a bit of him.
Big mistake
But do you know what?
That
says a lot to me, that as well, Andy. You lying on a 20-year-old to come back and show some of these grown-ups, for want of a better word, what to do. Andy, listen, I'll leave it there. Thanks, as always, for chatting to us. You're going on Tuesday, aren't you? Is it Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yeah, I'll be Tuesday in the Manchester rain
and we'll get your reaction then. Hopefully it'll be a bit sunnier. Well, it won't be as wet as it was today. Make sure you go and follow Andy on all his socials. Make sure as well you are hitting like, share and subscribe to the channel. That's been Andy Tate. I've been Jay Motti from a dry studio. Thanks for watching.
Some things will never change.